Hello, 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 dear friends. Hello, dear fans, and hello to my dear followers. I cherish you all and I bring you greetings from this side of the world. This is your girl again, Katie, and I'll be encouraging someone quickly. But before I go on, let me tell you a little bit about what this is all about. So, I'm all about motivating people, I'm all about inspiring people to face life with hope, regardless of what life throws at them, regardless of their circumstances. The phases, now I call it phases because they come and go, and because they are only seasons. Because to every phase, to every challenge, it's for a season. You come out of it, you recuperate yourself, because there's more that lies ahead of you as well. Isn't it? Yeah, that's the beauty of life because it's made up of ups and downs. So that's what I'm all about because a lot of people, especially women in our communities, are not allowed to express themselves, especially in some areas in life where it's seen as a taboo. They are silenced, they are talked down on, they are looked down upon. So we have a lot of people dying in silence. Whereas if our community would just give them a space to talk and express themselves, then just maybe some rates, some societal rates as well would drop, right? Today, I'm just jumping on quickly to encourage someone on the topic the beauty of storms. Wow, what a topic! Very ironic. Someone might be watching me right now and thinking, oh, Katie, what do you mean beauty of storms? Is it beautiful when we go through challenges? Uh, It's certainly not always beautiful and it's not always a good experience. However, the beauty of it is that we come out a better person. We come out refined and we go through the process so that we can then be able to impact someone else going through a similar challenge or even the same challenge, right? Because nothing that happens to you is new to God and new to man. Someone somewhere has either experienced the same, if not similar. Okay, so today I'll just be encouraging someone on the beauty of the storms. When you go through challenges in life, when you go through that phase that is so ugly, that doesn't make sense to you, that is where you learn that complete surrender to God is not negotiable. I'll say that again. When you're in a dark place, that is where you, when you let God in, that is where you learn that complete surrender is not negotiable. By that, what do I mean? And it is in that place of brokenness that you enjoy the strength of God. The Bible says that what? That in our weaknesses, his strength is made perfect. That is where you allow God to then give you his strength with your so that you can replace your weaknesses. And that is where you enjoy the beauty of complete surrender and brokenness. Everyone has been broken in one way or another. Everyone. Because everyone has a story. Our stories are very, very different. Some stories may be very similar, but we all have a story to tell, isn't it? Another thing I want to kind of talk about the beauty of the storm is that when you go through the storm, enjoy your stay in the valley. Enjoy your time rather, not stay. Enjoy your time in that valley. Why? Because while you go through that, I always call it a process. Ask yourself, what am I learning? What am I supposed to learn? It's not always everybody's fault. Sometimes you just have to sit back and let God teach you some things. It might be maybe to improve your faith in an area. It could be anything, but whatever it is, refuse to manipulate your way out of that valley when it's not your time. Don't give a sigh of relief when you see a shortcut. And I'll tell you why. Because to every phase that you find a shortcut to and then feel that you have escaped, I bet you that you're going to face it in the next phase, in the next challenge. Yes, if you run away from part of a process right now and you don't learn what you need to learn to make the changes that you need to be making, I can assure you that when you face, because it's not the last storm that will hit you in life, it's not. There's plenty of it that lies ahead of you as God prepares you to go through life, to be the best that you can. It's part of it. I always say that Jesus went through it. His journey to the cross was not a pleasant one, but he did. Who are we not to say, oh God, I don't want to go through this. No, we have to. But do not manipulate your way out. Do not give a sigh of relief when there's a shortcut. Because if you don't combat it today and learn it, it awaits you tomorrow. So you better do it now and learn that which you need to learn. Another thing I want to encourage someone is when you're in that dark place, do not envy people who are at their mountaintop experience, as I call it. Someone might be around you and they're having their mountaintop experience. Do not envy them. And that's because our perspective and our views get very, very limited when we are in these dark times, when all we do is cry and think of the things God has not yet done. Our perspectives can be very, very limited. And sometimes we can even be very difficult for someone to talk to because we are so fixated on the prayers that are not answered. We are so fixated on God, why me? So be very, very careful not to envy the mountaintop experiences of those around you when you go through challenges. Why? It's simple. Because they too have gone through their own valley times. They too have gone through their own storms. Is it because people don't share their stories with you? I mean, like that person you're envying, if they were to tell you what their own experiences were, you'll be like, what? So do not envy people who are experiencing their mountaintop experiences, who are having a good time, because certainly they have been there as well. They have had days when they too have cried and say, oh God, why? When would this go away? Now, I'll tell you something, and that's kind of what made me to start this channel. But before I do, in every pain that you go through in life, ask God for the grace to go through it, because grace is sufficient. I can tell you that much. Now, when you stay tuned as I share my life experience and as I share my journey of how God took me out of that dark place to here and to putting a smile on my face, then you'll be able to understand. When you go through every phase, refuse to come out the same person. Refuse to come out even worse than you were before even finding yourself in that storm or in that challenge. Refuse. Come out with a vision to be a blessing. Come out with a vision to impact lives and make a change in your community. Like me, I've come out of mine. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give especially women the ears to talk to, the shoulder to cry on. Our communities need to listen to people. You have a lot of broken people walking around the place, but nobody's willing to listen to them for fear of what? Being judged, being called names. I'll tell you something. I'm a single mom of 3 girls. Yes, I am. And when I was going through that dark patch, I didn't know I'd come out alive. Talking about calling me names. Oh, yes, I have been called names. Talking about being judged. I know, because I have worn those shoes. People that have concluded on your destiny. Yes. Described you by all manner of things. Yes. But let that not distract you. Let that not distract you. Determine that you will come out having learned something. You will come out a better person. Because if you rush your time in the valley, you might end up making the same mistakes. So get to that place of complete brokenness, complete surrender, so that God can help you fulfill your purpose as to why He created you on earth. Now, stay tuned to this channel because I'll be sharing how God brought me out. And I just want to also use this opportunity to thank my spiritual parents. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Daddy, for not concluding on me. Thank you for not judging me. Thank you for your compassion, the compassion of Jesus Christ that flowed through you to me in those dark moments. I might not say it often, but Mommy, Daddy, I am so grateful. Thanks for holding my hand through this dark journey and bringing me out. And I know I'm still God's working, I'm still God's project in progress, like I say all the time. My future is bright. You must wake up every single morning, no matter the storms, and tell yourself that your future is bright. Your future is bright. Your future is bright. Remind yourself of God's promises. The Bible says that his plans for you are plans of good, not of evil, to take you to an expected end. Remind yourself, remember the things that he's done in time past. Remember the things he's done in time past. And because he has not changed, he will do it again. Don't be quick to forget. Don't be quick to forget the prayers he's answered before. Anyone watching me, I know that there's one thing that God has done that you can look back and be thankful for. Before I go, another thing I want you to remember when you face those challenges is that do not try to explain yourself to everyone. Do not try for everyone to see things from your perspective, because everyone would not. And if you don't get this in your head or in your spirit, guess what? It makes the frustration worse. Everybody would never understand, even when they pretend to understand to your face. They don't. They don't always understand. Some people would, some people would not. Stop trying to explain how it wasn't your fault. Stand by truth, and truth always sets free. I can tell you that much. Sometimes it looks like nothing is changing. Why don't we look at the life of Joseph? When his brother sold him, from being sold, look at the process. From being sold as a slave to being the second in command in Egypt. Isn't that wonderful? But the whole process didn't make sense, but God was preparing him to be governor in Egypt and be the second in command. So don't be quick to conclude that God has forgotten about you when the storm comes raging, because hey, he is the storm calmer. Anyway, he knows your end from your beginning. No strand of hair will fall off your hair without him noticing. So relax. He's got your back. So please do share, like. If there's any topics that you want me to cover in this channel, if there's anything that you feel that God has held your hand through, please do drop some comments. We are all learning. I would appreciate your comments in my comment section. Keep believing in yourself. Keep hoping. Let your hope never be dashed, because where there is hope, there's life. Keep believing in yourself and keep your confessions positive. No negative energy, no negative confessions, because there is life and death lies in the power of your tongue. And like I always say, you have nothing to lose by being positive. So stay tuned and please do subscribe and remain blessed. Till my next video. Bye.